The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
A man, is it the power in his hands? Is it his quest for glory? Give it all you got to fight to the top, so we can know your story. Now you're a man, now you're a man, a man. You are now a man, you're a man. Now you're your Live it. What makes a man? Is it the woman in his arms? Just cause she has bad teeth? Or is it the way he fights every day? No, it's probably the knees. Now you're a man. Now you're a man. Now you're a man. M-A-N, man. Now you're a man.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Pop Culture Corner. I'm your host, the Appalachian American. Tonight, we celebrate the life of Meatloaf. Probably not the right person. We're here. We're live and in charge. With me, as always, is my right-hand man, Thomas McGunovich.
What's up, everybody?
You are looking dapper today. Don't get a haircut. No. Just keep it looking dapper, all right? Get it trimmed. Hey, look, listen. This man, before we went live, he was talking about how I need a haircut. Nah, bruh, you just can keep it dapper, all right? You be a dapper Dan man.
Yeah.
be dapper, all right?
Yeah, but my forehead keeps growing every year.
Hey man, until it's bad, just let it ride, all right? Cut the sides up a little short if you want to, but leave that top right there. That looks good. You're mighty dapper. Yeah, man. I like it. Don't listen to what anybody else has to say. You just do what I say. My left-hand man, laughing in the background, the NWO man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. He has a belt, and he's not afraid to hit you in the face with it. It's Superfan Adam Shawhan.
That is right. And of course, that did not work because my wife had to airdrop something. Because why not? It's not like I'm trying to do a fucking show.
Yeah, dude, you're rocking it out there. I see you.
Always, man.
You look like a wrestler. You look like you straight about to wrestle somebody.
Oh, dude, I'm ready. After the good day I've had, I'm ready to kick some ass.
There's a 33% chance that I don't remember the rest of it.
The
anyway,
that I'm going to win.
Yeah. Ye old dork who might be moving to my neighborhood, who should be moving to my neighborhood. The old man himself, Brian Lake.
That is annoying.
Shut your face.
Well, at least now that Tommy's muted, it's not echoing.
Hey, it
Tommy's not
wasn't me.
Yeah,
Tommy was muted. You were the only one that wasn't muted.
No, I was muted the whole time. I was double muted.
I didn't hear any echo, and I actually have monitors in now, so
There was a bad echo.
Was it?
Yeah, I just figured it was late because every time he thinks he's muted, he's not.
Gosh, that's crazy, man. Where was the echo at?
During the song.
Throughout the entire intro, for the most part.
Dang it. All right, Tom, we're going to have to go in and cut that out and just kind of put in an intro, the normal. Yeah. That sucks, dude. I got headphones in now, so I can hear. And I didn't hear no echo.
So,
yeah, when it started, I made sure I was muted. I even muted my here, I'll put my camera on briefly. Hopefully I've been having bandwidth issues. So
that's what she said.
Yep, that too. I even muted this thing. So,
but I'm starting to think it might be a StreamYard thing because I looked down and everybody's mic was muted.
It's got to be the upload of the forever opening that we have. It doesn't like it. I don't like it, but it really doesn't.
Well, you're the only one, so you're outnumbered.
It's a long ass. I think it should be an exit video versus an intro.
No. You got to let people. You got to let people have notification time. I want it to be longer, to be honest. With you.
Yeah. The Friday Night Tights one is really long too.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't really like is the song. Well, there's a couple things, but my main thing is that the song seems to be making fun of people who like heavy metal.
Does it?
Yeah, because it's more of a parody. Man. It's not. It's more of a parody of heavy metal. It's not serious.
It's from the movie Orgasmo, man. It's like the best movie ever. I say that sarcastically. It's not that good, but it's hilarious.
I don't know if I've ever heard. Is that a Woody Allen
It's the people
movie?
from South Park.
Yeah, it's the people from South Park. Yeah. Trey Parker.
Well, that was the sleeper. That was the Orgasmatron in the sleeper. That's right. The Woody Allen movie. But I know it's them, and so I don't know if they're trying to make fun of people because I like heavy metal, and it's like, are you making fun of me or are you?
No, it's about the movie's about a Mormon kid that stumbles upon a porn set and becomes a porn star, but doesn't want to have sex with anybody.
Yeah, and then actually becomes a superhero.
Yeah. Well, see, he fights these guys at a porn set, and he's like he beats them up pretty good. And finally, he says, the guy's like, "Man, we really need somebody with your talent to do the fight scenes in these videos we're making." And so the thing is, he's supposed to come in as a superhero, save the day, and then bam, chicka wow.
Yeah, but they use like a
stuntman who's a black dude.
Yeah.
So he comes rolling in. It says we got to switch out to the stunt, and then it goes from a white dude to a black dude, and nobody's supposed to know the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, you're racist if you notice the difference.
Yeah, there is no difference. I don't know what you're talking about. So, how's your week been? How have you guys been? Like, what's new?
You know, I was flying high until I heard that Woody Harrelson died. I mean, Woody Anderson.
Who the?
You mean Louis Anderson?
Louis Anderson. Yeah, eventually I'll get the joke right.
Or were you more upset about Meatloaf? Nothing like a bot, though. Jesus, the men's room is getting hit with a bot. You know that the bots are fucking desperate when they're hitting our streams.
Oh, yeah.
Vark, nerd.
I mean, because even Doomcock's running right now. I mean, there are bigger channels that run on Fridays, but I mean, they're even hitting us. And there ain't even anybody watching us.
Yeah,
so
it's, but I saw some video of Meatloaf, and he looked horrible. I don't know if he had cancer or something. You know, it looked like last several years he kind of deteriorated. So, but I want to know is did he and Louis get the jab? That's what I really want to know.
Well, have you noticed like I know they're up in age, but have you noticed that that we're losing a lot of celebrities and the year just started?
I think they all
A
got the
lot.
vaccine. Oh, we're not allowed to say that.
Okay. According to Wikipedia, and take it with a grain of salt because you know how things go. In 2003, Anderson underwent 2 successful heart procedures.
Mhm.
Then on January 18th, 2022, it was announced that Anderson had been hospitalized in Las Vegas for large B-cell lymphoma.
Yeah.
He died of complications from the cancer 3 days later on January 21st at the age of 68.
Yeah, but he hasn't looked good in 20 years, and
Right.
And
Now, see, I'm just curious. I mean,
but Meatloaf,
I don't know what large B-cell lymphoma is.
I thought for sure Betty White was going to live forever, ever.
Dude, bro, I figured she would be like the oldest fucking living working woman in American history. Not to mention she was a sweetheart. But yeah, but the thing that pisses me off the most is the first words coming out of Leif's mouth. Everybody always assumes it's the fucking jab, and it's like people still do just fucking die.
I know.
I mean, I know you, Brian. I'm not meaning it you specifically, but that's the first things that come. It's either did he have the jab or not have the jab, and is that why they died? And it's like people fucking die, people.
Well, yes, you're right, but is this thing is speeding up people's checking out time?
Well, some people. I mean,
yeah,
and it seems to be why a lot of athletes in Europe are having issues. I'm beginning to think that in the States, we gave a lot of our our football players. Well, our football players tend to be fatter, but it seems to the thinner you are and the less body fat you have, the more dangerous these shots are. The virus is the opposite, where it lives in the fat cells, but the jabs are helping people. And if you want to be positive and think about what these vaccines really were for, is for that small percentage of people who are in the very high risk category. It's not for everybody.
Yeah,
and
like
a lot of them are going
to has no immune system, and I'm
not
getting that shit.
Right, but it's people with multiple comorbidities that are probably going to die from if they get the virus anyway. And that's granted, we don't want to go down any conspiracy rabbit holes, but that's where it should have stayed, right? Everybody else should have been voluntary.
Like the flu vaccine used to be.
Yeah. Well, and the flu vaccine is a perfect example of one that I took for years, never had a reaction, and I started having reactions a few years ago. Right. So I stopped taking it. So when this thing came out, I'm like, look, I'm going to hit the pause button. I'll just wait and see. I wasn't in the, oh my God, they're trying to kill us all category. And I don't know if I still am, but it is interesting. A lot of the problems, but considering that it's getting your body to produce the spike proteins to feel like you've had an infection without an actual one. And the bigger problem is it's in your circulatory system as opposed to your respiratory system. That explains a lot of the myocarditis and the pericarditis and the spleen problems and the other things that are happening, which COVID could cause if it gets into your bloodstream, right? If it stays in your upper respiratory tract, you'll just have a bad cold and then you'll be fine and you won't have any long-term problems. If it gets deep in your lungs, I know someone who had a friend who they got SARS-1 and they had scarring for years. It eventually killed them. But that's how you can get, but that is a real deep infection. So anyway, but yeah, you're right. It is. And that's one of the things when I saw pictures of him, I went, wow, Meatloaf looks like he's had something for a while, So, and we're also seeing a difference with celebrities, right? Some celebrities, every little thing that happens to them, they're on Twitch, or even older, right? It showed up on, there was a program, Entertainment Tonight, and things like that, right? People Magazine, there'd be an article in People Magazine about someone's struggle with, some kind of cancer or whatever, right? Back in the day. I don't even know if that magazine exists anymore, but
right.
And other people, are the exact opposite where, hey, if they're not performing, if they don't have a movie coming out or a record, they don't want to be in the news, right? They want their private life. If they're not feeling, now maybe if they feel like if they share their testimony about some kind of illness, it might help people with it, they'll come out. Otherwise, and then all of a sudden they just die and you don't realize they've been struggling with something for 15 years because it wasn't in the news. They decided they didn't want it.
Chadwick Boseman.
Right. People
Right.
were making fun of him, and the guy was just suffering with cancer. And that's why I never assume I know what's going on with someone. Right?
Yeah.
Is he a cocaine addict, or is he struggling with some disease that you don't know, right? If you don't know, you don't know. And I never assume that people do things maliciously necessarily,
Yeah,
Or
Cracktail
now,
Mafia. Cracktail Mafia makes a point. What makes me worry is people look for celebrities' political views on anything. I don't believe celebrities don't have political views that they're going to publicly say.
well,
If they say that they have publicly,
if they have the right one, they'll publicly say them, right?
right?
There
But
were a
some
lot
of them have what is wrong think, but they will promote the right.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. A lot of stuff with Hollywood is,
Yeah.
I can't. If I want to get that movie job, I better say X and Y.
No. No. Nobody knows when you go in. Well, I mean, nowadays there's no booth to go into, but it used to be when you go into the booth, man. It doesn't matter if you praised one party, you could vote for the other party and nobody would have to know. But nowadays you got people like Justin Timberlake out here taking pictures of their ballot to be like, "Hey, look who I voted for."
Oh yeah, man.
Well, that's when they want to show that they're part of the in crowd. And I don't know how much social media has caused that or just amplified it. I think there were people that were already doing that kind of stuff and proven that they were. It's just now that they share something and millions of people can see it, whereas before
you got to figure, right? The common person, you, me, Brian, even Tommy, like we'll message each other, or we'll discuss if we want to talk about politics, who we voted for, etc. But we're not in a damn booth fucking taking photos of the shit for proof, because we're not part of Hollywood. We're not part of that big wheel that's fucking everything up.
Yeah. But you've got people, average people who want to be a part of that crowd and act like they're that do things, right? It's and I said this on Facebook the other day. There's been a video, and I don't know how old it is. It's obviously around winter time because it had snowed or something. This lady is now, granted, people are laughing about it. People think that maybe she's wearing a mask too much, and although I don't think she has a mask on in this video, but she's cleaning her car and pouring gasoline all over. Right? It's she's got the pump handle, and it looks like she's spraying gasoline all over her car and wiping it. And maybe it is, but there's the skeptical side of me says, now, because of the way the video's cropped, I wonder if it's cropped that's hooked up to water somewhere, and it's just a skit, right?
Yeah.
Because but we get people, it's like people who will record video of someone getting assaulted or someone having a problem or someone I've seen videos of people having medical issues, right? Saw this, and I forget I don't remember if it was an epileptic seizure. Someone was having a seizure while driving, and they ended up in the median, and they were just going straight. And people are recording it and laughing the whole time. And it's like, stop recording. And now there's an echo. I heard my own.
No, duh. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Keep going.
But they I'm like, get off your phone, call for help, right? You can't do much because they're still in their car. The car's an automatic, probably has cruise control going, and until the car stops, you can't do anything. But you can definitely warn people behind you, get emergency vehicles on the way, at least if it's just the police, right? But yet people don't. It's, oh, look, I'm going to have a video and I'm going to put it on, somewhere and get 1 million views. But I don't know I don't blame social media. I think just social media amplified it, because I knew people that were that dumb 40 years ago before we had social media. The kind that they had to stick their fingers in the light socket, and then their brothers would laugh at them while they were dancing around. And I'm like, you understand, your brother could have died right in front of you. If that arcs across his heart, it's going to stop it instantly,
But it'd been funny.
It doesn't take much, to stop a heart. This is why those little AED machines work. They're tiny. Their batteries are tiny. And it stops and restarts your heart. So, but anyway, I digress. But yeah, we don't really know, I'm sure, Meatloaf, his family just said, because when I heard that he had his wife and his daughters around him, I'm like, Yeah, it sounds like he was suffering for something for quite a while. Oh, you got remote lights too, or are you controlling Seth's?
I'm controlling Seth's. No, man, I've had mine from before he had his.
That'd be funny if
just
you were
daylight,
if
though,
you
not,
exchanged and could control each other's. That'd be funny.
Oh yeah. No, I was kind of testing it out because last week I was going to try doing the strobe with the intro, and I wanted to see while we were doing it. And since you were talking, it was giving me time to kind of screw with it to see if it'll work to do what I want it to do when I come on. But yeah. Yeah, I've got it's the LIFX brand. They used to be at Best Buy back in the day when the Bluetooth lights first came out, because mine's just a regular light bulb that screws in this Bluetooth. But yeah, that's what that one is. And then I've got the standard, just regular colored bulbs as well. I've got green, blue, black, giggity, red.
Yeah. And what Seth was also talking about on the other side is I sent him a link to a house or address to a house up there northeast of Roanoke. That was a weird one, but it was like two buildings together, and the second building was made to look like a house, but it's really a recording studio. It has a recording studio in it, and it has its own little kitchen. I said, I could make my beer in peace.
Dude, that was awesome.
And it's make your beer in peace. You could YouTube in peace.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, dude, you would be like 35 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We can finally try some of Lape's beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we put an offer on a house down. It was a
Wait
bit
a minute. Hold on. What do you
down
mean
in Tennessee.
finally? When we all met up, he brought beer.
He didn't bring his
Yeah,
beer.
but it wasn't. He didn't bring his beer. His brew.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Not to Virginia.
I thought you brought some of the 100 WCBS anniversary stuff.
He didn't bring anything. You brought the zombie
Yeah, the
dust.
zombie dust. Which
Yeah.
did your dad or wife end up liking that? Because I know you didn't.
My wife tried it. She wasn't a fan, but my dad, he loved it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zombie Dust is a very hoppy beer. You better like hot bombs.
Yeah, my dad loves that.
And I still have the box from it.
Nice.
I've got a couple bottle caps.
And let me tell you, especially if you like hoppy beers, and Adam, I don't know, have you ever tried that on tap?
It was better on tap than in a bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of some beers. There's very little difference, but I've noticed a lot of the non-IPA but hoppy beers are much better on tap.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I brought any.
For some reason, I thought you did, but Christ, it was a year ago almost. So.
Yeah, because if I did, because that beer I made
March, man, dang on.
Yeah, it was March. I made that beer the September before then.
Yeah.
Or
For some
no,
reason, I thought you had brought some, but then again, you and I have met up a couple different times from the original time you made that beer, so it could have been one of those.
Well, I definitely brought that and another beer to Indianapolis.
So that's probably what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I had two different beers that I brought to Horror Hound in Indy, and then I
Yeah,
had a beer that I made that I brought some of there in Cincinnati.
Yeah, that one I remembered, but for some reason I was thinking you had a couple. That's why I was thinking maybe it was the WCBS stuff. But I trust you. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, I think I had some of that, and I went through a lot of that there in Indianapolis.
So I don't know if y'all noticed it where y'all from. Seth, I know you're right up the street from me, basically. But so Dollar Tree now has $5 items, and Big Lots has really expensive items now. Like I'm talking not just their furniture part, like their basic stuff is skyrocketed in price. Have y'all seen that where y'all are from?
No, I don't shop at those stores.
I like Big Lots.
I like Big Lots.
All my shelving came from Big Lots. $30 a shelf.
Well, see, there was a light setup thing that I was looking at, and I looked at the price. It was $140.
It just depends. What was the price of that thing originally? There's two things that play, right? If that's a $400 setup that they're selling for $140, it's one thing. The other side of it is inflation is starting to creep into a lot of stuff.
I don't know if it's creeping in. I think it's skipping in because, like, you'll see some jumps.
Oh yeah, and it depends on what it is. And the other thing that that's been going on for a long time is what I've heard some people refer to sizeflation, where the price doesn't change, but it gets 3 ounces smaller, and then a few years later,
coffee's been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Remember, you'll remember, like the old aluminum like Folgers and stuff. They used to be huge, and they made those little, and it's gotten smaller and smaller, and then you get to the little fancy $13 bags that should be like, I don't know, $3.
Yeah, but the other side of it is inflation's really going to start really. I mean, it's not even really hit fully.
No, it hasn't. Well, we just went to the meat market, as you guys know, and got a bunch of roasts and shit. Because I go to I don't go to the grocery stores. I go to the butcher shop, and even they're talking about the older guys that were there were saying that they're predicting that beef prices are going to be going through the roof, and that they are going up. Because they were running a 2-day ad, back when shit was bad. Then they were running about a 3-day ad, and we got lucky to about a 3 to 4 day ad. But I mean, they're even saying that meat prices are going to be going up everywhere. So expect your meat to cost more. So if you can stock up, go. Buy what you need. But
it's going to be everything. And
so, talking about meat and stuff, I went to KFC and I saw chicken nuggets. I was like, "Oh, they got chicken nuggets now. I'll try them." No, and here's the bad part. Like, I just told my wife, I was like, "Those are some banging chicken nuggets. Like, they were good. I was expecting McDonald's quality." And then Seth tells me that they are not chicken.
No, man, you're eating people. This is Soylent Green, motherfucker.
Maybe,
but it's like plant-based meat.
Yeah.
Like the Impossible Whopper kind of.
Yep.
But I will say,
fried chicken.
It actually tasted really good. Like I might actually still eat it.
I want to know, like, I really was hoping to go get some before the stream, but we didn't go out. Like, did you have the ones, like, it says it looks like it's like not just nuggets. Is it like pieces?
No, it's solid. They're kind of squirrel looking. They look a little funny, but they taste good and they're crunchy.
Because I'm just wondering, like, there's nuggets. Is there chicken strips? Is there like a breast size piece?
No, it's just chicken nuggets, and you can get a 6 or 12 pack.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So it's just not okay.
I'll stick with Popeyes and real chicken.
I hate to say it though, they were better than McDonald's chicken nuggets.
I do want to try them. I'm not one for trying like plant-based fake foods and stuff like that, but I'm definitely down to give it a shot.
Like one of Mark Wahlberg's, the Wahlburgers, he's got a plant-based burger. Like, I'd be willing to try it, but you're not going to take guys like us that eat beef and make us want to eat that shit.
But the only thing about chicken is for me, it seems like it'd be easy to imitate the taste because everything seems like it tastes like chicken. That's where I was saying it tastes like chicken comes from.
I think that's just from retardation. I've never ate stuff that wasn't chicken that tasted like chicken. It might remind you of chicken, but then again, it's still, if you take just meat, frog legs, and eat frog legs, and you cook a piece of chicken, it don't taste like chicken. You're eating frog. That's you just telling your mind that so that you're not grossed out that you're eating fucking Kermit the Frog.
But yeah, I didn't know it. I guess because I didn't know it was plant-based and tried it.
Well, I mean, have you ever had, like the soy burgers and shit from back in the day? I mean, they were gross looking.
Like Boca Burger?
Like the frozen ones you get in the stores.
Yeah, there used to be. My mom tried this thing a while back. It was like Boca Burger.
So the White Castle hamburgers that you get in the freezer section now?
Yeah, that automatically come out as diarrhea.
Well, if you look at the back, it says in California they see it as causing cancer.
Yeah, dude, this stuff's nasty. Like, I mean, I used to like it, but
And I did too. And
Not
I'm
from
sitting
the
here going,
grocery
wait, this
store
could
though.
cause cancer?
oh yeah, not from the grocery store.
You gotta go to White Castle. Like if I eat one, because it's not the same from the freezer section. And come on, County, we're talking about California.
Well, see, we don't
have
White Castle around here.
I don't either. I have to drive to Chicago to get White Castle.
Yeah, but how far is that?
4 hours.
I mean,
if I'm in Chicago doing something, is when I get it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that would be like us running up to DC or something. That'd be the same distance. We're about 4 hours out of DC.
Yeah. So I mean, like if we go to Chicago to deliver a dog at the airport or something, that's when I get White Castle. Now, like if I were to come down and see you guys, because there is one south of Indy, like I could stop and get a Crave case, and it would still be better than the frozen shit. Because I've tried the frozen ones, and those are gross.
God, I hate Google. Look at Google.
Damn you, Google.
Lape would have like a conniption over this.
But I mean, it's like White Castle is kind of like Waffle House, right? You really want to be eating that stuff when you're drunk.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday, I think. I was like, oh, that's just stupid.
Get vaccinated, wear a mask, save lives. Yeah.
None of that is true.
Govern me harder, Daddy. Govern me harder.
Yeah. Well, you prove to me that the vaccine will stop the shit, because I'm sorry, if you are completely vaccinated, or what they call completely vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask on a fucking airplane. So what is the point? You might as well not be vaccinated and wear the mask, because the mask ain't stopping the shit in the first place, and the vaccine's not stopping it. So could one of the things possibly stop it? But no, of course not. Because we can't even get a flu shot that stops the flu.
Oof. The nearest White Castle is in Columbus, Ohio. Get directions.
Well, I keep trying to get you to come to Ohio.
330 miles.
Yep.
No, thank you.
Well, that's why I keep trying to get you to go to a horror hound.
I know. I want to go, but I got too much stuff.
I know. Them responsibilities are about a biatch, right?
I know, man. It sucks sometimes.
Well, on the lighter side, as I sent you guys the pictures, I got to send them to Lape. You know, I did get to see the grandbaby finally, and that was
finally.
So,
how old is she?
November 8th. So about 3 months.
No.
2.5.
Yeah, 1.5. What you talking about?
Yeah, we know you want a half.
Hey, Seth, I put something in private chat.
Half a full rack of ribs.
It's about food. It's about a food thing. It's kind of funny.
Let's see.
It is prophesied that the Burger King must marry the Dairy Queen and shall have a daughter named Winnie.
Jesus.
Okay, play it on full screen.
Hold
that shit's
on,
old but funny.
I had to vet it first.
Right. It's coming from Tommy. You never know.
Burger Queen, my Burger King with my Burger Queen.
Blasphemy! It is prophesied that the Burger King must marry the Dairy Queen and shall have a daughter named Wendy, a son named Carl Jr., and they will have 2 jesters that serve them. One named Ronald, who is a clown, and the other named Jack, who lives in a box. They will be guarded by the noble 5 guys, and the head of their army will be Colonel Sanders. On their wedding day, they will be married in their beautiful olive garden, and they shall forever live in a pristine white castle that has a giant Taco Bell hanging from it.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Yeah. That used to be on YouTube before TikTok was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, good old days.
Yeah. But it is funny. It's still just as funny now as it was then.
Trying to figure out which one they left out.
Well, there's a
Wendy's.
few. You know,
They left out Wendy's, didn't they?
Yeah.
No. No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. A daughter named Wendy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So who did they had to leave somebody out?
Well, because your Carl Juniors is Hardee's, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
same.
same thing.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have like Popeyes. They could have brought up Popeyes, but back then they didn't have Popeyes in very many places. It's kind of one of those, like the Jack in the Box is the one that kills me every time, especially
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald's. And he lives in a box. I'm like, yeah, but you know, like there's not a Whataburger or In and Out or anything like that. But again,
Bojangles
those
wasn't
places
that
might
popular.
not be from. Yeah, again, it's an old skit, but it is still hilarious.
Okay, how does everybody know what a Piggly Wiggly is, but they're not really that around anywhere, Hurley?
Well, they used to be.
Yeah, they used to be pretty good, and now you
Yeah,
can't
we
find
used
them.
to have one in Roanoke.
Yeah, now I got turned into a special needs school.
Did it?
Yeah, it's out there right beside the comic book shop.
Because it used to be called Super Save, and then went to Piggly Wiggly's.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Piggly Wiggly probably got bought out.
No, they just closed the doors. Like
they
it was
really,
closed
yeah,
for
they.
a while.
I'm pretty sure. What happened?
What happened to the Piggly Wiggly? Watch some jackass bought them and was like, "Yeah, we're closing this shit."
They still have them in North Carolina. We pass them on the way to the beach when we go out there in the eastern rural North Carolina. Got to get out of the city.
They had them in Alabama when I was there, but I mean that's been like, over 2 decades ago.
This one didn't even stay open like a year and a half.
Well, it's because you're
Like-
racist against pigs, Tommy.
Now, I used to go there when it was Super Save. I'd go to the deli for lunch because I was working in that area for like almost a year. And then it switched to Piggly Wiggly, which they still didn't change anything.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a legit Piggly Wiggly. But customer base was
You know,
kinda
like
slow
Kroger's
there.
owns a shit ton of other franchises, and they don't always change the name. And that's what I meant. Like it could have been the one store, then Piggly Wiggly bought that store out of business. Like if there's only a couple of them, because a lot of times that's what happens. They'll eat them up and then they'll go. But yeah, I haven't even thought of it until you brought it up. We never had them up here, but when I went down south, they had them, like in Alabama and whatnot. Got to go to the Piggly Wiggly, man.
Me and my buddy we were trying to decide whether or not Piggly Wiggly chicken, what chicken we would serve to Jesus, and he said that I feel like we ended up saying that Piggly Wiggly we would serve to Jesus if we was having to serve Jesus chicken.
Like it.
But
Deep fried or grilled?
huh?
Deep fried or grilled?
I mean, is there any other way than deep fried chicken?
It's true.
Well, I mean, think about it. Jesus wouldn't have had deep fried chicken. He would have had probably just roasted. So that'd be like a new thing for him.
Yeah,
Right?
and I don't think he has to worry about cholesterol or nothing.
Yeah. Not to mention, I mean, who knows what the hell else they were eating? So I mean, just any kind of chicken could have been a delicacy.
Yeah, the eating of cholesterol is a myth.
Really?
Yeah, no. What you think you know about nutrition, almost every bit of it's a myth.
Oh wow.
Low salt, low fat, low cholesterol, all myth.
That's like life.
And it was known to
cigarettes,
be
right?
wrong in the 50s, and all of that was because that had started with seed oils in the late 19th century. All that research was pushed down, and the government hid it. Surprise, surprise.
Trust the science.
Surprise!
So none of this garbage the last 2 years is any surprise to me.
Tommy, don't question the science.
I'm sorry.
The science says Fauci's wrong. The science said he was right at the beginning, and then someone got a hold of him. I remember listening to some congressman. No, he needs to change his mind. We need to get people unmasked. He's got to stay something. I'm like, no, the science says they don't work, buddy. And he was right. And then they said, hey, Fauci, who pays for you? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's wear 3 masks.
The good old CDC and the FDA and all the other mofo letters.
But this guy, Keys is his last name. I can never remember his first name. He's the one that pushed all this low-fat nonsense. And then He lived to be 100 years old, though. But yeah, there's recently there was some stuff going on. I think it was 1956. There was a guy that did a lot of research on cholesterol. There were some other people did things on high fat, and then like triglycerides, which is something I have a problem with. That mine go too high, and it's not from eating fats and other things. It's really processed sugar. It's not sugar in your apple. It's the sugar in your apple juice is the problem. So yeah, it's really irritating because my mom went on the low cholesterol, low fat craze in the 80s, and I'm like, I think it actually affected me in ways that I'm only now realizing. Because we thought that was healthy, just like all fake, all this plant-based stuff. Plants are made to be fed to animals. They're not meant to be consumed with people.
Well, plants will adapt to make it to where you don't. Vegetables will adapt to actually make it to where you don't want to eat them. They'll change their taste and everything.
Well,
fruits don't.
But like cereal grains, I'm convinced cereal grains should be consumed by nobody. No animals, no humans, just making it alcohol.
I think my mom's watching. She commented and said that, wait, did my mom? Yeah,
Ansel Keys. Yeah, I think that's the right guy.
That keto is healthy. Your body burns fat for fuel instead of sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was the start of all that problem. Yeah, it's Ansel with a C. Yeah, I looked him up. Yep.
Yeah. So wait.
On the seed oils, that was the other thing too. The trans fats and the polyunsaturated and the saturated fats and all that stuff. And
so that stuff's not bad for you.
If you eat like your great grandparents did, you're fine. Lard, butter, you stay away from the processed stuff. So shortening, cotton,
like margarine, guys. Margarine's butter and shit in it. I eat regular butter, or margarine has plastics in it and stuff.
Margarine's terrible for you. Corn oil, canola oil, palm seed, all that stuff.
I try to stay away from canola oil because they do say that canola oil is in a lot of things, and it damages your testosterone levels.
Yeah, it does a lot of bad things. So, and you got to be careful with olive oils. I've noticed that some of these scumbags are putting canola and vegetable oil in, blended with olive oil. So it'll say
wait, vegetable olive oil, bad?
And then small letters will say mixed with vegetable oil.
What's wrong with vegetable oil?
It's not.
It's those polysaturates. When you heat them up, they actually change. They oxidize very easily. They get in you, and they are very inflammatory. So they cause all kinds of inflammation.
So what kind of oil are you supposed to use?
Olive oil, avocado oil,
lard
oil, butter, real lard, not Crisco.
Bacon grease.
Yeah. That's what I had. That's how I cooked the hamburgers, man. Fried up bacon grease. Oh yeah. Bacon cheeseburgers.
A lot of times I'll make bacon for the week, like for my breakfast and stuff. What I'll do is I will leave the bacon grease in the bottom of my cast iron skillet and just put the lid on it and set it like in the stove just to kind of cool off and chill. And if I need to cook something else, I'll use that bacon grease as an oil.
Yeah. What I don't know is about peanut oil, because peanuts are not technically seeds. I don't know where that one falls, because that's what a lot of movie theaters used to do for popcorn back when it tasted a lot better.
Yep.
And then the Center for Science and the Public Interest came out about something, and they switched, and they actually went to oils that had a lower flame.
Always made me wonder if that's why we actually started having the peanut allergies. Because used to be we'd have that shit in, like you were saying, you go to the theaters, that's where the popcorn was popped in that. Then they switched it up to this new crap.
Well, that, and there was a paper I want to say came out in the 80s where people did incomplete research and they didn't realize. They were looking at, because the thing with peanuts is if you're not exposed to them when you're young, you can develop a peanut allergy really easily. So it's one of those things, then why are we eating it kind of thing. But
we were poor and didn't have a choice. We lived on government peanut butter and cheese.
Right. But I thought it was like Indonesia. So someone was looking at some other cultures. And what they said is they weren't feeding their children peanuts, which wasn't true. What they were doing is the parent would eat it, chew it up. They'd get a little bit of it, and they would get exposed to a little bit over time until they develop a tolerance. So there was a push to remove all that stuff, and then we got a bunch of kids with peanut allergies that are severe peanut allergies because by the time they were in middle school, they hadn't been exposed as infants. So, and there's all kinds of things now they want to put on foods. There's not just the pesticides, but they want to do some other crap with essentially nanobots. They want to spray it with. There's a chemical they want to spray stuff with that in mega doses. The larger molecule's fine. I forget what mineral it is, but the smaller molecule actually has problems. So, yeah, it's getting to the point where if you're not growing your own food and raising your own cattle, you're pretty much
screwed. Yeah, I mean, I guess when I go to the butcher shop, it's fresher meat. But
yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, here's the thing: all the processed foods, all the McDonald's, the Taco Bell, and the shit you're eating is not good for you. I mean, there's proof of this.
So is that why, like, you'll see farmers at 80 years old still working their farm?
Probably
because they lived off the land.
Look at the Amish people, Tommy. They outlived most of us.
Yeah, it's those processed foods. Your cereal grains, your seed oils, your artificial fats, and now this whole nonsense about we're talking about the chicken that's possibly made from.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about the planet. Oh, the climate can't. No. If we all ate plants, we would have a massive problem with the planet. What animals do by eating the plants and recirculating, CO2 is not a bad thing. Methane isn't necessarily bad except for the smell, but we have lots of evidence that the Earth had much higher CO2 levels in the past. And they proved multiple research studies in the 50s showed that the thermal capacity for CO2 is extremely small. And the CO2 is extremely small percentage of the atmosphere. I forget what it is. It's like 0.001% or something. And of that, like 1,000th of a percentage is man-made. Everything else is natural. So you're talking about things that plants need. I mean, they're talking about cutting down trees and burying them, some of these lunatics, to save the earth. And it's like everything they're talking about. Now, localized pollution, absolutely big problem. Big floating things in the ocean with plastics, a lot of it from third world countries that don't dispose of it properly. That's a problem, okay? Sea turtles getting these things caught around their neck, all that's a problem. But none of that has anything to do with so-called climate change.
Why are they still trying to make us all vegans? Because I'm sorry, I've never met healthy vegans ever.
Yeah, your body, it is now. There are some cultures that have vegetarian style diets, and they'll point to those. And a lot of them are in India, but a lot of them drink buffalo's milk, or they'll drink other things that actually have the protein you need. The other thing is too, even in those cultures, when you look at the people who cook with the butter and ghee, like say in India, these more traditional things, they're very thin. It's hard to build any muscle on a vegetarian diet. You have to have the protein. The problem is the body. The human body does not digest those proteins well. And the only way you can get that from soy is to have partially fermented. And there's some other things that they can do that we don't do in the States. We grind the whole thing up. You got to remove it from the bean from the pod, and we grind everything up. And that's why soy in the States is very, very bad for you of any kind. And it's also why you get in a lot of cultures, we used to make pickles this way with bacteria as opposed to vinegar. And so you had those good bacteria and things that you're ingesting. This is the whole thing with kimchi and stuff like that, the fermented vegetables. Those are the types of vegetables that are good for you. And but even in places like India, when they start introducing the seed oil and processed sugar, everybody gets fatter and diabetes skyrockets. And, and everything else is the same, right? Everything else is the same. It's only how they're cooking and what they're cooking it with.
Now, eating just a good amount, not like obsessive, but fruit. There's this thing that says that fruit's bad for you because it's sweet, but it's natural sugar.
Right.
Fruit wants you to eat it so it can
Remember
Basically
your
broke.
basic dietary plans, right? You're supposed to have X amount of fruits, X amount of breads, X amount of meats, X amount of milk, right? That's a dietary plan. If you eat too much fruit, you're going to get the shits. I mean, period.
Yeah.
End of it. It's going to happen.
The food pyramid needs to be turned upside down. So what's at the top should be at the bottom. We used to have an expression, an apple day keeps the doctor away, right? As far as it comes to fruit, you pretty much only need 2 or 3 pieces a day. That's it.
Yeah.
Comes to cereal grains and breads, 2 slices of bread. That's it. Now the problem with bread is multiple. There's the wheat has been bastardized, plus a lot of it is loaded with sugar that you don't see, but your body does. Now the answer to your question, Tommy, about fruit, things like apples, a lot of the fruit you're eating the meat of you're actually eating the thing that the seed needs to grow. Bananas, we do eat the seeds. There's very few fruits and grapes, things like that, but apples and pears and peaches and pineapples, we don't eat the seeds. Pineapple we may do, but it's fiber bound. So yeah, you're going to get a little bit of sugar. Your stomach's going to pick up a little bit. The vast majority is not. This is why you don't want too much fruit, because then it gets in your small intestines. The bacteria loved it. There are bacteria in your small intestines that need the glucose. But if you're drinking straight glucose, say table sugar or something, you ingest it, it barely gets out of the stomach. And this is one of the things that they're looking at for like acid reflux and ulcers and stuff like that. It's one possible cause. I'm not going to say it's the cause. When you don't have enough of that, the bacteria in your small intestines start going up the digestive tract looking for it. Not necessarily. And it gets into the stomach, and that causes a lot of problems. So couple things of fruit a day. Maybe if you have a low sugar bread, maybe 4 slices of bread a day. Now, granted, back in the day, I was eating a lot more than that. Milk, I don't know where I fall on, because some people need it, some people don't. Some people have intolerance, some people don't. It does have a lot of sugar in it, but in the maltose, but it is naturally occurring sugar. But yeah, if you're eating more raw vegetables, more fattier meats, maybe a few handfuls of nuts. Nuts are in that category because they're not considered keto by the purists, but you can in paleo. Paleo introduces certain nuts in the legumes and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, that's exactly what essentially Ansel Keys had this effect on it. Became big. It's just like Big Pharma now. Right. Part of why, one of the big parts why they're pushing all these jabs is the government's essentially, it's free to you, right? Because the government's essentially going straight. It's not free, guarantee. If it was free, then we wouldn't have 19 new billionaires created over last year. All Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Billionaires, not millionaires, billionaires.
Oh yeah, it's free to you, but in order to make this stuff, they got paid. You know that.
Oh no, well, it's not free to you because it's going to come out of your future taxes, and many of these countries are borrowing money, so they're going to take it from you twice. They're going to take you for paying the principal and paying the interest. So you're paying for it one way or the other, even if you don't take them. But yeah, and a lot of these companies can only get big with support of government. Right. This is where these guaranteed loans come from, these banks that are backed by the government, and you get these leveraged buyouts that they could never do otherwise.
So, did y'all hear about Carhartt?
Yeah, I was very surprised by that.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit, not a whole lot. What do you?
I haven't heard nothing.
Tell us
So
about it.
they mandated, even though the Supreme Court turned down that everybody had to get the vaccine, Carhartt is making all their employees get it. And so now it's a blue collar kind of people. A lot of blue collars wear it.
Carhartt makes blue collar equipment.
Yeah.
Make things, clothing, all kinds of whatnot for
blue collar
hardworking. Oh yeah, very, very
way overpriced. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong. I've got my dad's Carhartt stuff. And he was a painter, union painter. And I mean, like, the coat's falling apart, but you could still wear the thing. But, man, is it overpriced.
Well, it is more for, like... Well, anyways, a lot of people are cutting off the logo now. And so they're not supporting the company. that's not giving freedom of choice. Which, I mean, you can do that, or you can take it has a lifetime guarantee satisfaction. So you can take your Carhartt and send it back and get your money back.
You can try, Tommy.
Yeah.
It's 100% guarantee.
No, it's not, because I've got what I would send you a picture of the coat and they won't do anything about it.
Really? Because
Yes.
that's what they were saying. A guy took his jacket that actually had burn holes in it, and they sent him his money back.
Yeah, don't believe everything you see on the internet, the news, or you read on the interwebs. I contacted him about the one I've got, because it's got the side pockets. It's a Carhartt coat. It's got the side pockets. They ripped out. So if you put your gloves in, they fall out. And I contacted them because it's supposed, like you said.
Yeah.
They would, because I didn't even want my money back. I just wanted them to fix it.
Carhartt jackets this is from Carhartt.com. It's like frequently asked questions. Since all this apparel has an expected service life, this commitment does not cover damage caused by normal wear and tear, including zippers and other hardware, misuse, neglect, or obvious abuse of the garment. Okay, so if you're not going to cover normal wear and tear,
of a zipper,
misuse, and neglect, what are you covering?
Nothing.
Yeah,
it's a miss.
Yeah, I guess unless you like get one and as soon as you get it, like one pocket ain't sewn right.
But that's why I was just saying, though, it's misleading you. You think that you have something that you can do at any time, and you can't. Just like insurance companies, it's a bunch of shit.
But like the jackets have the logo sewn on it, so people are just cutting the logo off.
That's because people are retarded. That's like when they got mad at Nike and then they burned their Nikes, or they got mad at a team, so they burned their jerseys. They don't care. They already made their money on your ass.
Yeah, they really don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. Because you already paid them.
I think they're trying to spread awareness to the blue collar people, saying, "Hey, you can support them. You don't have to." But to me, I'm not going to buy no more Carhartt.
I wouldn't go buy it anyway because this shit was way overpriced for what you get. I bought stuff from Meijer or Walmart or just non-Carhartt brand, same material, never had no issues. It's kind of like Red Wing boots, right? Like Red Wing boots are nice, but you're going to pay top dollar. I've got some
Red Wing boots are nice depending on what career you have.
Well, granted, but I've got Wolverines that I like as much as as those, and I've got granted, I've got quite a few different style of work boots, but I've never had to stick to just one brand, right? Like I don't just stick to Red Wing.
The reason I say that is because people, like even job sites I've been on stuff, people have like $400 to $600 boots, and they're like messing with tar and stuff and wearing them. I'm like, no. If I have nice boots, those are the ones like I'm just going out kind of deal. I'm not going to spend $400 on a boots I'm going to have to replace in 3 months.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're uncivilized. No, I'm just fucking with you. Like I've got a pair of Caterpillar boots. I haven't worn them yet. They're behind me. I like Wolverines. Those are some of my favorite boots. They've been real comfortable, like with my feet and shit. Like I've told you before, because of the diabetes and stuff. I don't like, if shit rubs the wrong way or they've got tags in weird places and it'll cause and shit. No bueno. But Wolverines I can buy. I don't have to put inserts in. Like some boots you got to put inserts in, right? They're just not comfortable unless you put the gel inserts in, maybe.
Yes.
At least for me. Everybody's different. But I've always never had a problem with the Wolverine boots, work boots. Your normal brown work boots.
Here's the problem.
Kmart used to sell a steer brand. It had a steer on the side, and I always had to put like gel inserts in them for my feet not to hurt.
Well, see, here's the problem with me though, is I could have looked at my grandfather's boots that he had for like 20 years, and them things would look still, I wouldn't say brand new, but still in good condition. Slightly used. But you can spend $400 on a pair of boots today, and they can be like 4 months old, and they look like they're 60 years old because the quality has gone downhill for everything.
Yeah. They don't make shit like they used to. And on top of it, we know your problem with boots is you still haven't learned how to, do the tie right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I had to. I know you're still doing the bunny ear.
for a long time, I wore, it was steel toe. They're kind of like cowboy boots. They just slipped on because I would go weld something and a spark would hit my shoelaces and burn it up.
Burn the lace, yeah.
Yeah. So I used to wear them. Now they didn't have them when I was shoe shopping. So I got shoelaces. And when you know it, it burnt up at the bottom. I had to tie it at the bottom until I could get some more shoelaces.
Dude, what drives me nuts is remember when work boots that you would lace them all the way through and now they put like them hangers instead?
Yes. And I hate them hangers because they bend.
Yeah.
They bend or they'll break, and then they make them to where they will easily break.
Yeah. I miss the old days of all of them being, just the holes.
The leather's cheap now. The rubber wears on your the bottom of your shoe. Like, yes, I will admit,
a 4-year-old from China making your boots.
I will admit they are more comfortable
sometimes
than the older ones. Most of the time, but sometimes there's an exception. But they just don't need to be comfortable. They need to last. Like, if I'm going to spend $400 on a boots, I want it to last at least 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
Comfortable and durable, bro. That's what you need. High quality, comfortable, durable, something that's gonna,
That's just like.
But I mean, in the case of welding, though, it's like you got to have your welding boots on, boy.
Well, not just. I understand that.
Yeah.
But like my grandfather welded, and you can see spots where it hit, but
oh yeah,
his pants were always a little bit longer at the bottom.
A friend of mine that does welding and stuff here, like he's got the basically it'd be like coveralls or whatnot for welding, which go over your boots, but like you're saying, it doesn't cover all of it.
Yeah.
So it can hit your lace, it can hit your side of your leather.
I have the leather stuff, but I don't wear it because it restricts the movements, and you just burn up. Like, you may not get actual sparks on you, but you feel like you're in a sauna.
Right. Well, you know what, though? If you put down the Snickers bar, like, man, you keep telling everybody you're fat, but you're really not that big. I'm sure you're not that big. I mean, I know it's been a year.
260.
You still don't look
for
that
6'1", dude. You're not that fat.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Seth. That's what I was trying to get to. It's like, no, it's that self-image in your mind that you're 360 pounds when you're not.
Well, it's ugly duckling syndrome. I was really fat as a
kid. But as for the it being heavy and hot, it's like you're wearing a sauna. Exactly.
Yeah,
I get it. But if you're out in the snow, you're okay. If we ever had snow,
have y'all ever got
a
good microwave? Yeah.
Have y'all
ever gotten a good microwave?
A good microwave?
I'm having bad luck. Even if we buy an expensive one, it only lasts like a year.
Well, what brand are you buying?
I don't know. I don't even pay attention to microwave brands. I don't really know.
I got a Whirlpool, and it's really nice.
Dude, I've had Samsungs for years. I've had, thank you, Seth. Whirlpool, Maytag. If you go to Walmart and you buy a cheap, generic piece of shit made in China, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, you'll get it in a year.
I mean, look at TVs, man. Most of the generic TVs barely last a year, and then they're dead. And you can't take them to a TV repair shop.
Adam, what do you think? You said you got a Samsung one. How was that?
It's fine. That's the one I think I got out in the garage still that I use.
I don't think I've ever heard of anybody having good, anything good to say about a Samsung like house appliance. Yeah,
my brother still got the same microwave from 20 years ago. That's Samsung, and it's the big Chrome Samsung.
Oh,
Never had an issue.
Wow.
I guess it also depends on how much you use it, because, I mean, I'll cook my microwavable pizzas in it, but that's about it. But
well, I mean, to an extent, you're probably right. It depends on A, usage, B, if you're using it properly. Have you guys, and I know this has nothing to do with it, Tommy, I do apologize, but like the kids had made microwave popcorn once, but the damn bag burst into flames because they had it on for like 6 minutes.
Good.
Wow.
That didn't happen here. That was my ex-wife's house, but I'm sorry. I love telling the story because I think it's funny as shit. Because when you burn a little bit of microwave popcorn, the whole house stinks. Could you imagine like the bag catching on fire in said microwave? Ooh, maybe that had to stink.
I'm not a very. I will eat popcorn at the movies, but I don't eat popcorn at the house. I'm not a big popcorn person.
If it's made right, like I prefer the air poppers, and then you put real butter on it versus like, I mean, there used to be decent microwavable ones. Orville Redenbacher had some really good ones back in the day, but they don't make that shit. No, not the ones that I'm talking about anyway. Kroger brand used to have good ones, but yeah, overall, I kind of like more of a kettle corn. But at your Farm and Fleet, we used to have them. They were called Big R. Those kind of stores. There's like this Amish stuff where it's got small hulls, so the popcorn seeds are smaller, so you don't get that damn hull shit in your mouth after it pops. Way better. It's a superior popcorn in my opinion. But yeah, I do the air pop, and then I just melt butter and like, dude, Lape would die. We'll make like big ass bowls and go through like a pound of butter and drown that shit in butter and then salt and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, I also like the kettle corn along with regular.
I'm not a big salt person. Like I don't like salt on my fries. I don't like
fries, so I don't even use a lot of salt. I'll just use a little bit of sea salt, dude. Good to go. Even regular salt. You don't need a lot.
I just don't. I don't know. I've never liked the taste of salt.
Well,
like it's okay in small doses, but like.
But if you ate it at the movie popcorn, that shit's salted.
Yeah, but
I don't overly salted. If you get it proper, dude,
I don't know if I just eat it at the movie theater because it's like tradition to get popcorn while you watch a movie.
I think that's a myth, man. Back in the day, people couldn't even afford popcorn. When you're
I'm talking like now. I'm talking like now. It's like, okay, we're going to movies. We got to get popcorn. That's like the thing to do now.
I'm missing too many fucking teas. I like poof corn better than popcorn. Like the Chester Cheetah poof corn. And shit. Like, I'll eat that because it's easier. Now, I got too many teeth missing.
Now, during the Christmas party, Seth pulled, or his wife did, some popcorn that was mixed with chocolate.
That sounds delicious.
That was actually really good.
It was pretty good.
It was like Oreos. About it.
Yeah, it was like Oreos and M&Ms and stuff like that. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Like fat kid status popcorn, and it was great.
Yeah.
I like Chicago style where you get the cheese and the regular and then like the caramel corn. Or like your Cracker Jack style.
I'm the same like with ramen noodles. I hate ramen noodles. I don't know if it's because when I was a kid, we ate a lot of ramen noodles or what.
What do you put in your ramens?
Just the microwavable powder, and then you put the powder in. I just don't like it.
Oh man, dude, I doctor mine up.
Dude, when I make American Chinese food, I use ramen noodles, and then steak, chicken, vegetables. Kroger's has a killer Chinese food for fried rice and noodles and stir fry and all that kind of like their seasoning.
I'll tell you,
perfect.
I'll tell you who has a killer spaghetti, and that's what Seth he made. Did you make that spaghetti that we had?
No, man. I mean, I threw it together. It was a quick spaghetti night.
But I don't know if it was that or the hot sauce we used, but it was really good.
It's because Seth made it. You know what they say,
you
Tommy?
had them little bottles of hot sauce, all different kinds.
You know what they say, Tommy? Never trust a skinny chef.
Yeah, buddy.
It is true. I don't think I've ever met a skinny chef, though. They must have went out of business.
Well, they're serving that fucking plant-based fucking chicken you're eating. I didn't know how I was going to work that in there, but I knew it was coming. But I'm glad that you didn't know and it wasn't awful. I mean, like to me, McDonald's chicken nuggets, because they've changed them over the years where it's less processed meat. It's not that they've gotten better, but they were more tolerable to eat like 3 years ago when I ate it. I haven't had McDonald's in almost 3 years.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Taco Bell, they changed the meat because someone said it was like one grade before
dog food.
Or dog food, the meat in Taco Bell. Yeah, dog food. and they changed it, and now I don't like Taco Bell.
Well, I always ate
I
like
think
the
that's
bean
funny because
burritos,
the
so I
meats
didn't have
are
that
great.
problem. But I mean, I don't know if I completely believe that either. I mean,
when's the last time y'all went actually to a fast food restaurant?
would have been Little Caesars the other day.
Has service sucked for y'all? Like, I'm sorry, like I dread going to any fast food restaurant just because the service is horrible now.
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah, I
I've
mean-
been to okay, so like the main places we go, you guys don't have. I mean, you have the Arby's, obviously. Shit, I can't think of the Culver's. You don't have a Culver's, and their service when all this shit happened, like they were spot on. Like they didn't get rid of people. You go to Arby's, they've got like 2 people working. So I'd be kind of shitty too if now you're used to a store that's full of people and now you got 2 people doing everything.
Well, I'm not even talking about like just what the food they're bringing out is like their attitude and everything towards stuff.
Right, though, but think about it.
Everybody's
right?
so understaffed.
10, and now you're running 2. You're not going to be in a very good mood.
Yeah.
Which, and I understand that.
Because almost every fast food place that I have seen, they have cut their staff in half, or you got a fourth of the crew running.
Yeah.
For the most, and I haven't been, mind you, I haven't been to many places. Now, Repeats Bar and Grill that I go to, it's normal, but it's a bar. And I don't do fast food, man. I mean, granted, we did Little Caesars. I'll do Papa John's. There's better pizza places that I go to that are family owned. But on occasion, you'll get that deal at Papa John's, where you can get 2. They had two large 2-topping pizzas for $15, or maybe it was 1 topping.
Well, see, I went because today is the start of my vacation. I was like, I'm going to treat myself.
Right.
I'm going to go to Firehouse Sub and get a steak sub because
Right.
I love their steak subs.
Yeah, they're good.
And I ordered it. They didn't toast the bread. It was soggy and it was literally split in 2. So when I picked it up, all the meat fell out.
I hate
I
that.
was pissed.
Are you able to go inside the restaurant?
Yeah.
Well, there was probably illegals making your food then, yeah?
No, it was inmates.
Gotcha.
Teardrops and yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, we had a Firehouse. I don't know if I still have it in Elkhart, but I'm going to assume it's the same. But yeah, their shit was good. That was like Penn Stations. You guys have Penn Station?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I used to love that.
I've never been there.
Here's the thing,
so
right?
good.
Like they had waffle fries. I go in there to order a sandwich, and come on, guys, this is when I was way heavier, so I would eat 2. I go in there and I order it. I'm watching this lady. She's playing with food. She's got no gloves on. She's touching the register. She's taking money. She sneezes on her hands and then goes and makes. I'm like, nope, I'm out. Sorry.
Yeah.
They're like, well,
Yeah,
we
it's
put it
gross.
through the oven. I'm like, oh hell no. Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's
no.
just like mine. I ordered something from McDonald's and they got my order wrong, and so I looked right when they gave me the food, and I was like, I didn't order chicken sandwiches. She took the chicken sandwiches out of the bag because I handed her the bag back and put them in someone else's bag and handed me the bag back.
Oh.
I was like, I could have done anything to them chicken sandwiches. Like,
Put a
for a minute
picture
there was no
nose
side. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
granted,
like-
you're just like, hey, this ain't my shit, but why would you just not take the bag and then check it and, get you a different, oh, man. I said, I haven't had McDonald's in about 3 years now. It's been at least 2.
I wanted to try the McDonald's when they had the chicken wings or chicken legs. And I was going to order them. And I went to McDonald's. I went to go use the bathroom. And while I was using the bathroom, a man pissing was eating one of the chicken wings. While he was pissing, I was like, what the fuck?
Well, man, when you got to go, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to gross you out. What did it for me, it's all ETEP's fault. He was eating chicken nuggets pre-stream before I got sick. And then I got sick. So I went when I was feeling better, and I'm like, I'm going to get some chicken nuggets, couple $1 burgers, a chocolate milkshake, because for whatever reason, after being sick, fucking chocolate milkshakes was the shiznit, yo. Like, that's all I wanted was chocolate milkshakes. And half of the reason was because my throat was, you guys remember. And I'm like, so I order all this stuff, and it's like $20. It's like 2 So it was like 2 for $3 on the burgers, 20-piece chicken nuggets. I ordered a Coke, a chocolate shake, and I asked for like the dollar fry, which I think was large at the time, and it was $20. And then they're like, "Well, we don't." You know, they're all like, "Hey, we got some," and there was some trashy ass people working, of course, at McDonald's. But then they were asking about the milkshake, and they're like, "We ain't got chocolate," and I'm like, "Well, fuck, that's what I want. I don't want vanilla. I sure shit don't want no shamrock shake. I want a chocolate shake." I'm like, "Y'all ain't got the syrup to just add to the shit." And I got so pissed, I was like, "Man, fuck you!" And I left. I'm like, I don't want none of this shit. And I went to Arby's, and I spent $15 on 4 sandwiches and a large real chocolate shake, and I was very happy. So since then, I've not gone back to McDonald's.
I haven't been to Arby's in a hot minute, and now I need to.
Their price is just skyrocket, though.
Not really. You can get 2 sandwiches for $6.
Yeah, dude, Arby's is banging.
I don't know. I guess because I used to get it for free.
Well, so, motherfucker, like, yeah. But I mean, okay, you're right and you're wrong. Okay, think about it. You used to be able to get 5 regular roast beefs for $5, and it was 5 regular roast beefs for $5.55. Now you're getting 2 regular roast beefs for $6. So yes, but then again, inflation, everything has gone up.
Well, see, I used to be friends with the owner's son, and the one.
Why did you fuck up that relationship, Tommy? We know this is on you.
He sold the place, but I could literally walk in there and get like $50 worth of food.
No, wait a minute. Didn't you say your sister works at Arby's?
She quit.
Okay, well then I forget. Okay, go ahead, continue. I was going to say, you should have been getting it free from your sister, unless you pissed her off.
The employees are not allowed to get free food now.
Dude, I'd be doing it anyway, though. Come on, before she quit, you should have went through the drive-thru. She should have had like 60 fucking sandwiches, or at least she could have sent me a case of barbecue sauce. The Arby's sauce.
So, but I'll tell you a funny story. So my brother worked there too at one point when he was a teenager.
So what you're saying is that's your next job, just so we can get the Arby's. No. Go ahead. I'm sorry, just to get the Arby's, just for the Arby's sauce. Go ahead, Tommy.
So, not in the store, but like their dumpsters like far back, but they had a rat problem.
Yeah.
And my brother told us about it. So we went to Walmart because it was during Halloween, and we found one of them fat stuffed rats with the red eyes. We put it at the door because I was waiting to pick him up. And you see this guy, he's looking out there and he gets everybody, and all the employees are staring out the window. He takes the broom handle and like throws it like it's like a
spear.
And he goes, "That thing didn't even move."
My wife hates snakes, giggity, with the exception of the trouser snake. But anyway, I got you, Tommy. We used to do that shit with the fake rubber snakes and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. But that is funny. Is that the brother that I met, or is this a different one?
No, I only got one brother.
Oh, okay. So it's the one I met at the shop. Okay. I for some reason I thought you had 2, but
no,
my bad.
So I want to know y'all's dessert of choice.
Chocolate.
Well, I know you got
chocolate. Exactly. Chocolate.
My favorite one is the chocolate pudding pie from Kroger's.
Chocolate.
And it's in the freezer section. That's my dessert of choice.
See, it depends. If we're talking pies,
it don't have to be pies. It could be.
Well, I'm just saying though, like, because it comes to pie. See, I like cherry pie, or I like properly made pecan pie. But like, it just depends. There's never a specific, because I don't always get to eat sweets. Like my wife will make an apple crisp, but I'm more of a peach. As you guys know, I'm more of a peach guy. I like peach more than I do any other fruit. And if I got to take extra insulin for shit, it'll be peach cobbler, peach pie. Especially when there's rum involved. But I mean, I don't know. That's kind of a hard. I mean, I get what you're saying. I can't really say I have a specific one. That's like cookies. What's your favorite cookie? I love peanut butter. I love snickerdoodles if they're made properly, not these fake ones that are sugar cookies with cinnamon added. That's not a snickerdoodle.
Mine is either Oreo or the I hate to say it, Girl Scout cookies. I don't get them no more, but that was my favorite. I don't get the Girl Scout cookies no more, but that's just
me either.
other reasons.
That's because there's no Girl Scouts in Virginia. No, they're super. Now you want to talk about prices that went through the roof? You used to get those mint ones, and then the Keebler elves had a mint one that was close to it.
I won't say much on it. I won't get into detail, but the proceeds for Girl Scouts, I do not agree with what it goes to.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm with you, but I'd still eat the cookies just because I'm an asshole. Because they're good.
If somebody else will buy them for me, I'll eat them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what Amazon's for, bro. Tim Tams. When it comes to cookies, Tim Tams are the bomb, yo. It's an Australian cookie, and they are delicious. They're chocolate. They're so good. Used to be able to get them at Walmart. They were like $2, $3. Now you got to buy the shit on Amazon, and it's overpriced, but they are worth what they're asking. If you can get the family pack for like $10, do it. Do it and try it, and then tell me, because the health factor on that shit is like -0. Oh, it's so good though. It's such good chocolate. Good chocolate biscuit. I mean, Oreos. I liked when they came out with the. I was a big Heads and Tails fan. So chocolate, and then especially the double stuffed ones, and then what was it? The mega stuff. Like those were fucking delicious. I haven't had Oreos in a couple of years though, but. Yeah, I always like the EL fudge, or not the EL fudge, the stripe with the coffee, the fudge stripes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, have you ever made a microwave Oreo cake?
No.
So you crush it up in a coffee mug. You crush it up, and then you add brown sugar, baking soda, and I'm trying to remember. There's a couple more things you got to add. If you want to do it, I'll send it to you. And then you put one whole Oreo in the center, and you pop it in the microwave, and you got like a delicious Oreo cake that is like absolutely amazing.
Nice. I mean, I've always been a big hot fudge sundae fella.
Yeah.
Like I'd go get a peanut butter parfait at Dairy Queen without the peanuts.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, see.
Or McDonald's. That was the one good thing about McDonald's. You could go get the hot fudge sundae, and if you were nice to the people, ask them for extra hot fudge, and they generally would do it.
So I love ice cream, but my wife, if she eats like more than a scoop, her stomach will hurt, and so with my daughter, so I rarely get ice cream.
Dairy.
Oh, dude, that sucks. I'd just kill myself.
I love ice cream, but my fillings don't.
Yeah. Well, see, if I do, I get like a personal, container.
Yeah.
And
I like Breyers.
It's not like I keep it in the freezer, because also if I keep it in the freezer, I'm gonna get fatter. I know it.
So what you're saying is like a Ben and Jerry's is perfect for you because it's that personal size versus a half gallon or the big Kroger drums.
Yeah,
I got you.
I
do like Breyers. I'm a big fan of Breyers. They've got a lot of good flavors.
I got to try snow ice cream. Have y'all tried it?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I've tried it once.
I got to try it for the first time this year. My father-in-law made it.
If you ever end up my way, we've got a place down the road that makes homemade ice cream, and they've got like cinnamon and a lemon that's to die for. I mean, they got a shit ton of different flavors that they make, and they're different all week long. But homemade ice cream is really good. They got the old school
who's snoring?
Butter pecan.
Hold on, I got this.
Somebody just sawing them logs.
But yeah, man, for the longest time I couldn't eat ice cream because of the fillings. That it just killed. Like I had the old school silver fillings in my mouth and everything was fine. And then they came out with those tooth colored fillings. So they took out my fillings, they put in those, and I would lose those sons of bitches. I'd be flossing, and then the filling would like fling out and shit. It sucked. So I went back to the metal style. And then I just started having my teeth taken out because they're like, "Oh, well, you can get a root canal," and I'm like, "Yeah, you can just pull the tooth."
Yeah, well, see, every time I hear someone having a root canal, it never turns out good for them.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, that's when I was saying, when I got better, all of a sudden I was trying to chew, and this whole side was starting to get inflamed, and the tooth was hurting. And like if you tap the tooth, it hurt. And I go in, I called them, and they got me in. So I go in, and they're like, they didn't see anything. They couldn't figure out, and they're tapping it. And I'm like, Jesus, will you please stop? It hurts. Help me, Rhonda. And they're like, well, they're like, oh, your insurance will cover a root canal. And I'm like, at this point, y'all done did the filling and fixed the filling from the other place that messed it up. Can we just pull the tooth, please? And I was so grateful to the little Chinese guy, the little Oriental guy that ripped my tooth out. I don't know what he was, but he was Oriental. He took it out, and I was shaking his hand because this was right before or after Christmas, and I was just like, "Thank you, because the pain as soon as they pulled it was cut in half. Because I had like the sinus pressure and shit too.
Yeah.
And when he got that, dude, it like instantly made it feel better. Mind you, I went on Pete's stream that Monday because it was when I was feeling better, and then I ended up puking because of the drainage and shit. But it was so worth getting that tooth taken out because it hurt.
So I got my first cavity when I was 30, and it's because I caused it, not by eating. I haven't had my wisdom teeth pulled, and I don't have enough room to
have all your teeth.
Have wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
So I broke a piece so I'd have room. And I just reached in there and went and said, "Hey baby, here." And I handed her half the tooth. And she goes, "Why would you do that?" And I go, "I didn't have enough room for them all." And but
Tommy
it doesn't
Dentistry.
hurt right
Please
now.
don't try this at home, people.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have been better off using that shit, lassoing it and shutting the door, or putting it on the back of Seth's truck and telling him to go.
Well, I was gonna pull it out, but everybody's like, "No, you'll get infected. You could bleed to death." And like they were saying,
I mean, Tommy, okay. Look, you could have hit us up, and Seth and I could have like done a GoFundMe or even chipped in for the $100 and some dollars for you to go get the tooth extracted from the normal tooth place.
I asked Tommy almost a year ago if I could do the twisted teeth shot on him, and he said no. That would have helped.
Yeah.
I would love to perform the twisted teeth stunt on you.
Oh yeah.
And help you with that tooth.
Yeah.
What's the back tooth? So it'd be kind of hard to get with these chiseled cheeks.
Well, I'll just hit it. I hit it real good. It'd be all right.
I have faith in Seth.
I'd make it happen.
Yeah, that shit. Like I said, man, that shit wasn't any fun either. And I'd had no problems. I went. They're like, oh, because I don't believe in this filling bullshit, because then it turns into, oh, now you need a root canal. Oh, it used to be they could do like 89, 90% of your tooth filling. Nowadays, these bitches don't even want to do past 75. And overseas, they'll do like 95% tooth filling and shit. And it just seems to keep getting worse. So they're like, oh, your front teeth, there's some shadows, and we need to put fillings in. I'm like, you ain't touching my teeth. They don't hurt. I go, you did this tooth. And ever since then, I had it was 2 days later, the filling fell out. So I went to the old school dentist that put the filling in. Then I had to go back to the other place that fucked it up because I couldn't get into the other one, and my insurance paid to have the tooth taken out. And that's when they told me I could have a root canal. And I'm like, yeah, no, just take it. And they're like, because I'm only missing 4 teeth. I mean, I make it sound bad, but I don't have my wisdoms. I had mine taken out, and I'm only missing 4 teeth. It's really not that bad, but it's still 4 teeth, right? So
my wife, she has fillings, and she'll complain about toothaches or when ice cream hits it. It hurts.
You ain't lying.
But
it's the worst.
I hate when someone tells me something that's happened to them, and I have nothing to go off of because I've never had a toothache.
All right, so wait, hold up. I went to the dentist one time. I was having really bad teeth pain. They said that my teeth were bruised, and that bruising is invisible. That I grind my teeth when I sleep, and it causes it was really bad. I mean, they were really sensitive.
Did you put a mouthpiece in?
I started sleeping with a mouth guard, and it takes about maybe 2 to 3 weeks of sleeping with the mouth guard, the pain will start to slowly go away, and now I can eat cold foods again.
So since you've never had tooth pain, it's like getting kicked in the nuts, but not kicked in the nuts, just grazed. But in your mouth.
So the only thing I could like when someone say they had toothache, I figure it's like, okay, maybe it's like feels like a migraine. Like it's just like a pressure pain.
It's kind of depends on the, it kind of depends on what the actual pain is. I mean, you know what it's like when you eat too much cold shit and your head freezes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not quite like that kind of a pain. It's literally like when you get kicked in the nuts, but it's a graze and not a straight direct kick. You know how bad that fucking hurts? Imagine that being a tooth that's throbbing.
I know this is terrible, and I did it though.
But my kids,
I was like, "Y'all want ice cream?" And they all screamed yes. So we went by McDonald's, and I was like, they all got one. I didn't want one, and I was like, "Which one of y'all can eat it the fastest?"
Oh,
and they all just like went to town, and all three of them started screaming.
See, you're nice because I'd have been like, all right, we got to raise whoever wins gets $1 or a quarter, a quarter.
My kid, that's the thing now, though. Kids don't care about quarters.
Oh, dude, it used to be the thing though because you could go get bubblegum balls and shit from the bubblegum machines.
The bubblegum machines suck now because you get like a bubblegum. And it's good for literally 1 second.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yes. It's like juicy fruit, right? You put it in your mouth, or fruit stripe gum. You put it in your mouth, and like within a minute, it's like I've got the double bubble versions, and they're okay. But
juicy fruit that lasts pretty long.
Yeah, it's still bubble gum. So I mean, I love double bubble, but yeah, giggity. Thick fan, baby, double bubble.
So, are y'all still excited about the Batman movie coming out?
Yes.
I'm excited about the Lord of the Rings stuff coming up too. And
I didn't watch the last movie, the Hobbit movie, so I don't know if I need
those
to
are
watch
prequels. That's before the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but I didn't know if I should watch it before I watch the Lord of the Rings.
I don't know what the new stuff is. I just kind of caught the thing that they were doing it, and then they've also got the Game of Thrones stuff coming up.
Oh, do they?
They showed a trailer. It doesn't really show an overabundance, but there was a thing going on. So I'm like, okay, we'll see what we.
Well, I know they were doing a spinoff of the Game of Thrones, but it was like before the Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what
I wanted to see that.
So, like those two things, I'm excited about. I had shared on Facebook, which Tommy, you wouldn't know this because you don't have a Facebook. I mean, other than the parody account that you have no access to. And trust me, Kristen, he has no access to it. It's mine. I shared so I could tag his ass. I shared that it'd been 2 years since my brother and I went and saw Bad Boys 3. And my brother doesn't Facebook. I mean, he's got one, but he's like Tommy. He doesn't Facebook. And all of a sudden, I get a thing that he commented saying, pick a movie and we'll go see it. Because I still haven't seen Spider-Man either, which I still plan on seeing in the theater.
You better go for it. I think it's going to be digital soon.
Well, shit, if it's digital, I'll definitely watch it because I've got Disney.
Well, it won't be on Disney.
Nah. Because of
none of the Spider-Man movies are on Disney because they're Sony.
So I got to take a restroom break. I'll be right back.
Hey, that's why you're supposed to keep a Gatorade bottle right next to you.
I hope everything comes out all right.
I'm pretty sure we weren't too hard with your anus. No, I mean, because I've got pretty much access to it. Once it's digital, then I have a certain individual that gets stuff all the time from the UK that we watch together. So that's kind of I was trying to be nice and say Disney because there was some jackass that I was dealing with yesterday that was like, well, the Spider-Man movies were great for Marvel. And I'm like, they're not Marvel movies, they're Sony. But yeah.
I was hoping they'd be on Disney Plus because I wanted to watch the Amazing Spider-Man 2 because Brandy had never seen it, so we ended up having to rent it. Like
you
on
should have hollered at me.
Amazon.
I'd have gave you my Voodoo. You could have watched it on there or my whatever the hell.
Well, we ended up watching it there, and then she was like, "I really like it," so we bought it.
There
on
you
Blu-ray.
go. I've got all the Spider-Man movies on DVD, and then some of them on just digital. Yeah. I mean, I did like the old school Voodoo, which is Movies Anywhere now. But the problem with Movies Anywhere, like I had the code for Batman Beyond, but it won't freaking work on the Movies Anywhere, but it works on the Voodoo.
Huh.
Yeah, and Voodoo's old, man. That's like old school stuff. But like all my movies are there. And then it was weird because like you would have pre-Voodoo and then Voodoo, which kind of filled in everything. And then the Movies Anywhere came. And then only certain ones would play on that one. And then so you have to have like 3 or 4 different because I can't remember the names of the other ones. But you have to have like 4 different accounts for 4 different things for certain movies. I'm like, this is retarded. And then they started combining it where you could do your Voodoo and your Blue Anywhere or whatever the hell it was called.
All right, I'm back.
Cool.
I'm
and I thought that was cool. And then
I hope everything came out all right.
I pee like a Russian racehorse.
Oh, good deal.
It's still burning?
Yeah.
Well, you got the flaming head. I'm just assuming it's gonna,
Oh yeah.
Hopefully you use the fire extinguisher afterwards to put that flame out.
I will tell you. I learned at an early age that kidney stones suck. Horrible.
I've heard. Well, okay, kidney stones, so pain, so that would be tooth pain, but instead of it's here. There. I didn't even think about a kidney stone analogy, but yeah, if you've passed a kidney stone, although I would say the kidney stones are worse. I've never had one, but I don't want one.
Yeah, you don't.
No, man, that's not on my agenda of things to do. But yeah, I still, I don't know. I got to wait till I get paid because I overspent this month. Matter of fact, my account's in the negative as we speak. But yeah, I got about a week or so till I get paid again. So, but yeah, I'm thinking anyway. Back to what I was saying. My brother had messaged. He's like, pick a movie, and I'm thinking about saying I was like the Batman. Be like, hey, I want to see the Spider-Man, but what about the Batman? See if he wants to see any of those. But I don't really know what else is out there because I don't really pay that much attention, and a lot of times some of the channels I listen to will talk about stuff, and then I have that ADD, ADHD, or I just don't give a fuck moment, or I'm just not paying attention.
Yeah.
So, because Seth didn't get with me this past weekend, and we didn't watch Sweet Tooth that you talked about.
I think it was like Monday or Tuesday. I was like,
it's okay, man. I know you were busy. I'm just busting balls.
Yeah, y'all need to watch that. Y'all need to watch it just so I can see if y'all. So we all have different tastes in movies and stuff. Like we have a lot of similar, but we sometimes go out of the ballpark.
Hey, look, I'm just hoping for what I think's going to happen. We're going to watch it and go, Tommy, what's wrong with you? But no, I mean, again, like you're saying, man. I mean, I've gotten into because I felt bad for Collector. Like we were talking to one time and we kind of got into a heated argument, but not. I don't want to say argument, a heated discussion. And that's when I was like, well, I'm not, to each his own. Like, I'm not, but, I'm not being evil towards you because the one time, it kind of came across that I didn't like him. And I'm like, no, I mean, you're welcome to your opinion, but I'm going to be just as vulgar and positive towards my opinion as you are to yours. And even though they're not going to meet, it doesn't mean we hate each other. It's just a difference of opinion, which is fine. Unless you're the dipshit that I just can't stand, which isn't on here, it's a different stream, and it's just like you're fucking wrong because you don't know movies.
Yeah. Well, so besides the movies, and my wife thought it was funny that I did this. So I went to my bank, and I got 2 different cards. I got one that's a debit card, and then the other is an ATM card. I leave the debit card at home. And so all the bills come out automatically. I got it like already where it comes out. So like the money left over, I pull out some for groceries and stuff like that. But the money left after that is play money. What I can do, I can get little stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I need to start saving. So I went and got an ATM card, leave my debit card here. So I keep a 20 on me for emergency cash.
Right.
But I have literally seen night and day difference since I've done that. Like, since I can't just swipe that card, I actually have to go to an ATM. I'm like, it's not worth it.
So instead of just picking up extra shit because you've got your debit card,
Yes.
Now I got you. Hey man, what
that's actually helped me tremendously.
Tommy, whatever fucking works, bro. Congrats, man.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, right? Like
yeah.
You'll have people that are trying to lose weight, and let's say that they're fucking twice the size of Seth. My version of looking at that is, hey, they're up and they're trying, right? Let's not make fun of them. But 90% of the world's going to make fun of them because there's a fat guy that's on a treadmill that's 3 times the size of the treadmill.
Well, I'll be honest. Like, it inspires me when I see someone that's a really big person working out, because I was like, if they can do it, I can do it.
I mean, it's I did real well. Like I said, I had ETEP with Coolian where we're messaging back and forth because we both pretty much stopped smoking, started working out within a couple weeks of each other. He had that time frame where he hit, and he was like, I haven't been to the gym in a month or hadn't been working out in about it because we both have home gyms. A month and a half. And like I told him, well, that's all right. It gives me time to catch up. Not that I was really bulking up or anything. I was just toning. That's the only thing I was doing was toning just because. And, when I seen you guys, I think I was about 198, 200 pounds. And I'd gotten up to about 218 to 220 pounds, but that was just pure muscle, which of course I lost 90% of that from being sick for the last 2 months or a month and a half.
I try to follow
November, December, about 2 months.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still there. The muscle's still there, but it's shrunk, and it's like, damn, that sucks. But I still haven't hit. Not that I'm being lazy. It's just I'm still dealing with body aches and stuff from being sick for 2 months.
Well, I tried to do the whole bodybuilder diet, and let me tell you, you think, okay, I could eat 6 meals a day, because bodybuilders, when they're bulking season, they eat 6 meals a day.
Well, that's step number 1, though. You're not trying to be a bodybuilder, so I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, I was trying to get like massive, like upper body massive, and I've changed I'd rather have more strength than.
Dude, you ain't got the time to do that because you've got to put so many hours into eating and that, and not smoking, and no. Dude, no. Plus, you end up exploding your heart before you hit 40.
Well, it depends. Like my dad and my uncle did the competitions for weightlifting, which ain't bodybuilding.
Right.
That's weightlifting challenges.
Right.
And they won first place trophies and everything. And my dad he has knee problems, but not back problems. Usually for us, it's never our backs; it's always our knees.
So what you're saying is spending all that time on your knees doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But no, I mean lifting properly though. Seriously, lifting properly. See it.
Even when you lift properly, you'll still get it's usually your knees if you lift properly.
Exactly.
Get hurt.
Yep. Because like you said, not back issues, knee problems, which is if you're supposed to use your knees, not your freaking back.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. But
Seth, quit looking at food.
I'm not. I'm looking at shotgun ports.
It's okay. I just had to mess with you.
I know.
But I was taking a ton of protein, and I swear I was taking way too much of creatine and everything just to get it when I was younger, and that probably helped with me forming kidney stones so early.
Well, I mean, creatine, the main thing I don't think I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. The main thing with creatine, like what I had an issue with when I was on it, mind you, and I wasn't on a lot, but it was just the extra water weight. Because
it just makes you look swole. It doesn't actually.
Well, no, my ankles were swollen, bro. Like my wife was freaking the fuck out because, as you know, with diabetes and stuff, that's a side effect of issues. But mine was based off of I think it was Metrex 4500, whatever the hell I was on. And then, of course, when I went off it for a couple of days, like my ankles and shit, he's like, are you doing too much salt or this and that? Because I was doing Gatorade. But the other day I ate once. I had like a cheeseburger and this is in the evening. Like I'll have my coffee, maybe some Lapel hate it, but like toast or cottage cheese or yogurt. It just depends. I can't ever eat first thing in the morning. And today, the first thing I ate, Jesus, I don't even remember. What did I have? I had my coffee, and then I didn't eat till I had a sandwich. And then when I came home prior to us doing this, I had a cheeseburger about a half hour before showtime. And that's all I've ate. Like I've had, so I had a lunch meat sandwich with some, Chester Cheetah has cheese balls. They were at Walmart. Oh my God, they're phenomenal, by the way. The Walmart brands that were in the buckets, they were okay, but the Cheeto ones are so much, the Chester Cheetah ones are so much better. But yeah, that's it. So I had a sandwich. I had coffee for breakfast, a sandwich, and then I had a cheeseburger, triple cheeseburger, fried in bacon grease. Oh, well. But when I did the protein shakes, like I would do a protein shake in the morning after I had my coffee and woke up, I could do a protein shake and be fine. And then I noticed that when I worked out, I ate more, but I ate smaller implements when I ate. And then I would do 2 protein shakes a day. And I didn't do the creatine till after my workout, post-workout.
Seth,
That's
do you
when I
use
did
Beard
the
Balm?
creatine.
Yes.
So, do you want this
What is it?
Beard Balm? It's for curly hair
Mm.
on new camera. I don't
I've
have
got
curly beard.
Do what?
I don't have a curly beard. Like my hair is straight, and I know you got curly hair.
I straighten mine before I use it.
Oh, okay.
I've got so much of that stuff laying around. I need to
That's all I
do something
got
with
for
it.
Christmas was beard products, like beard products or beer mugs.
I have
That's
a
all I got.
subscription. I have a subscription to
Right.
Look at that gray.
Live Bearded.
That's why I'm doing the black and white, baby.
I use Just for Men's to hide the skunk tail, but if you can see right here, it's starting to come back out.
I've seen you in real life. I know what's there, baby. I know you got some gray hair.
But if I didn't use it, it would go all the way down. And
But what's funny, Tommy, like when you guys have seen me more shaven, like when I shave this, it's not so bad. But I was just like, at this point, I don't care. I'm just letting this shit grow. I'm alive and well. And, it's all, let it be gray. Wear the NWO and it all matches, gives it more the Hogan look. I'm like, hell yeah. I use, are you ready for this? I use no product at all. What I use is I like the strawberry Schwab's shampoo that I put on my head. Then I just do a little bit here in the fucking beard, and that's it.
Well, see, I have to use beard oil because I get dry skin underneath, and I have to have it. Or for one,
it's probably got a lot to do with your work, though, too, with sweating to death and all the shit you do. I'm guessing, but I would assume because like being retired, I don't have those issues anymore. So I mean, and I'm an old fucker, so I use like bar soap when I take a shower. So I'm not using body washes or any of that shit. Sometimes I would use the wife's conditioner. So I couldn't tell you what the fuck it was because it's her shit. So I just and a little bit on the head, and then a little bit. Not I wouldn't say here, but here I would do it a little bit. But yeah, that's about it. I've never had any beard product or. I mean, I've got the comb that came with the clippers, and I've got a brush that came with the clippers. And I generally, I showered today, and I didn't do anything. This is just all natural,
So I'm curious about curly beard and straight beard. Seth, when you wake up, do you have to do a lot of maintenance on your beard being curly?
Yeah, I mean, I just straighten it out.
Well, I know you do. I know sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. But like when you wake up, does it because mine, it's like poofed everywhere. I have to brush it. Sometimes put some product in it.
Well, I sleep on my back, so it's not really everywhere. I mean, I wake up, just kind of run. Like for instance, tomorrow morning on Coffee and Gaming, I'm going to wake up, run a brush through it, and then jump on a computer.
Yeah, you sleep on your back, and we know why. I said, you sleep on your back, and we know why, because she likes to get on top.
Oh. No, I have a CPAP machine.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I can't.
It's a lot easier on the back than it is the. Did you find that the back mask is better than the side masks?
I've only tried one mask, so I don't know.
I got you.
I've never tried any other.
Nate has that same thing, and he's a side sleeper, and the fucking assholes gave him a bed. And we kept telling him he sleeps on his side. He sleeps on his side. So then he had a bunch of different ones. He had one that looked like Darth Vader and shit, and he hated it because he kept thinking he was drowning. And we're like, but you're not drowning, bro. But yeah, I mean, and when you got a special needs person, you're trying to explain this shit to, it's like, oh my goodness. You thought the dog and the duck incident was bad, or the dog driving you nuts. Oh, but yeah, I mean, he finally got used to it after a while. But I just thought I'd ask you, being that you're like not like him and one of the only other people I know on a CPAP. But gotcha.
So,
but you sleep comfortable with it, yeah?
I either sleep on my side or my chest, because if I sleep on my back, I'll wake up with a back cramp.
And again, that's because your wife likes it on top. No, I same thing, because I generally don't pull the couch out down here. I just leave it as a couch. So I generally sleep on my side, because I'm watching TV. And then if I lay out, I have like an inch. The wife had got.
Well, he admitted he's got an inch.
It's a cooling. What the fuck is it? It's a cooling added thing that you can add onto the couch.
Oh,
and it's
memory
like
foam.
Yeah. But it's like a foot, dude, and it's nice because with us being bigger guys, we sweat. But when you lay on that bitch, it's nice because it's got that cooling. I don't know how they do it.
Sounds like a cooling pad.
But, it feels so good.
Man, I know I'm about to derail this conversation, but have you guys ever seen a triple-barreled shotgun?
No.
Triple-barreled. It's double-barreled side by side and up underneath.
Oh, I like that.
That's rad.
Does it got 3 triggers or one? Looks like it says
just one. I guess you go boom, 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 or maybe just a kabam.
Right. Well, I mean, it's... Huh.
See if you can get a close-up of the mechanism. Unless there's a selector. Is that thing on top? See that switch?
I imagine this is the safety and this is the breakdown.
They need to make like a revolver shotgun.
I think I would like it, especially if it was you pull the trigger and all 3 go at once.
Kaboom! Good God.
I would like it if you could
take your shoulder off.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they had the hand version.
Yeah.
Well, we actually had a buddy that Seth let him shoot his pistol grip, and it went straight up in the air. Do you remember that, Seth?
No.
I'm kind of wondering though, Tommy, if it's one trigger, like maybe you fire in the left cylinder, then the right, then the bot. I mean, it kind of makes me wonder how the gizmo's set up now. Are there any videos?
Put that in the private chat.
What?
That link.
Okay, for the triple barrel.
Chef Nation, Adam, your grandpa.
If it's one bang, it's for someone that really cannot aim at all, because you don't need aiming for a shotgun. You just need to.
Well, it depends if you want to wound them or kill them.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's if you're using a
birdshot or buckshot.
Buckshot. If you're using a slug, you better have good aim.
Yeah.
Of course, that'll go through 6 people before.
What's up, sis? I got to see little Violet today. I got to send you the pictures. Oh my God, she was so cute. She got her little NWO bear. And of course, she's just sitting there bouncing around, happy as a little clam. I bet your ears were ringing because I was actually talking about you to my daughter back when I was sick and you were hitting me up and everything. And we were talking about Seth too. She pulled up. She's like, "Yeah, your friend." It's like, "I have a baby," and all of a sudden he's messaging me about you. And I was like, "That's funny."
Well, it was right after the baby, and you kind of went dark, and I was just like, "Hey, congratulations on the baby, but I'm looking for Adam."
Yeah. She pulled it up. She's like, "Look at this shit. He's asking about you." And then, "Oh, by the way, congratulations on the baby." I was like, "Oh, that's adorable." I was like,
I was trying not to be a D-bag, but
Yeah, no. It was all good.
I wanted answers. Meow.
Yeah, she knew who you were since we all hung out. And I told her about Tommy calling and leaving a message, and even Tommy was worried. And I'm like, Tommy don't like really the phone that much.
Nah. I don't like to text. I'm old school. I mean, I'll text back, but I'm just not
Yeah.
text kind of person. But Seth, you don't remember? It was, I don't want to dox him. I'll just say his first name. Zach and me came down to shoot, and he went to go shoot and nearly ripped his arm off.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about. See, there was one time me and Michael Sloan were shooting shotguns, and he actually set his up on his hip, and it went off.
Oh hell.
Like he wasn't even nowhere near the trigger. So. Yep.
Now, have you got to try out your Christmas present?
Nope. I'm looking for accessories for it because, yeah.
You still looking for a stock? For your,
yes, I'm looking for a wooden stock for my Mossberg 500.
Like original or customized?
Yeah, I want it totally original.
Oh
that
yeah,
gun
baby.
is beautiful. Yeah, it's the stock I have for it is cracked, and it's right there where your cheek lays across. So if you used to pull the trigger, it'd go bam right in your face.
I need to take you to that gun place that's like right where y'all have that storage shed, storage building.
Yeah,
It's like right at it. You wouldn't know it was there unless someone showed you though, because it's like side road, and then you're there.
yeah. I want to go shooting sometime. I want to go shooting. Just bam, shoot some
Well,
stuff.
at least you ain't got to worry about hitting the duck.
So there is. Have y'all been to Seth? Have you been to the airsoft place in Roanoke?
No.
My brother got my dad airsoft gun for Christmas, and he called me and said, "Hey, Walmart doesn't have CO2 cartridges. Do you know anyone that sells them?" And I had to tell him about the one in Roanoke.
Then you tell him, "Come on, Dad, we're just gonna hook it up to the air compressor at the shop." Get him a portable, one of those small portable ones and shit. You can just sit there on the porch. Dude, Walmart don't got shit. Like I used to get all my stuff from Walmart. I'd get all kinds of shit from Walmart. I got my Mosin Nagant ammo because it's a funky ass ammo, you know. One of the last things I bought, my hand, it was 38. I bought Remington 38, 357.
Well, see, the wildest thing is other countries think it's wild that our Walmart used to carry guns.
Dude, I was talking to somebody from Australia, not David, but somebody else, and they were like,
"Oh, so a real Australian?"
Yeah, they were like, "Is it real that you guys just walk around with guns and stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I carry a gun every day." And they were like, "Why? Do you need it?" And I'm like, "I don't need it, but better to have than to have not."
Yeah, I do need it because I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Exactly. Hell yeah.
I mean, there's people getting shot around here all the time. So, like, yeah.
Well, I mean, come on. Our trains aren't even safe with Amazon packages.
Dude, yes. That's ridiculous, man. I saw that. I saw it come up, man. It's just the whole ground is littered with tore up packages.
Train derailed because of that shit.
Yep.
I mean, when's it going to stop? It was bad enough when we had the BLM issues with that kind of shit happening and burning down Amazon warehouses and all that. And then now this is going on based off of because of what? Nothing other than they're thieving little scumbags that all need to get Neganed. I'll leave it at that. They need to be Neganed. All of them. Every commie should be Neganed with Lucille.
Yep. But
so you end up like Glenn.
We hitting the 2 hour mark. You guys feel comfortable about leaving it here for the week?
Yeah, I
It's
do.
been a really good conversation. Lape stayed the whole time. Like, wow, I'm impressed.
I know. The only way it would have been better is if Justin popped in and then Lape left.
Yeah.
He,
all I had to
he-
deal with dogs for a long time.
No,
He
dude,
said
it's
I
something-
found some videos of that shotgun. It looks like it's one barrel at a time.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
I was talking to Justin earlier, and he's like, I don't want to come on because I know it would make Lape want to leave.
That's fine.
He seriously thinks you don't like him.
Yeah. Sounds like a personal problem.
Man, dude.
Wow.
Well, a lot of people don't like me.
No, he thinks you don't like him.
I know, dude.
It's because you keep leaving. You're always as soon as he comes on, it's like, up, bye.
It's not Lape's fault though. Like before he came on, he even was getting ready to leave, and he said, "I'm getting ready to leave." And then Justin came on, and then Lape's just like, "All right,
Like,
fuck you guys, I'm
listen
leaving."
and goes,
So-
"Oh, Lape's leaving. I'm coming on."
Yeah.
So I know this is CNN that I'm putting in private chat, but you got to check it out. Like, read the article.
God. This American town, guns are required by law.
Oh yeah. Never heard about this.
Kennesaw, Georgia.
See, in my opinion, that's what well regulated means.
Yeah.
The government says you got to have one. You need to know how to use it, and we'll give you 1,000 rounds of ammo a year.
Hey man, I think they should give you the gun too, because fuck them. They already take our tax dollars and do fuck all for us. Or at least give you a rebate.
You get 4,000 rounds of 22 long rifle. You get 2,000 rounds of 9mm. You get 1,000 rounds of 45, which depending on which one gun you have.
Yeah.
And you're expected to go, to hit the range for at least 10 hours a year.
Well, I mean, even if you have to be you literally have to be certified, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. At least trained. I mean, back in the day, you used to be able to take training all the time. It didn't cost nothing.
That's what well regulated means.
Mm-hmm. Good old when the NRA taught classes.
You have it's weapons well maintained, how to use it.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Yeah, finally the dog. One of the dogs didn't want to go out, and then the other two didn't want to come in, and yeah, it was a nightmare. But who knows? We did put a bid on a house in Tennessee, but we'll see.
In Tennessee?
Yeah.
Getting sexy. Kenny G.
All right. Since we'll go backwards, I'll say good night. Good night.
Bye, Lape.
Well, I'll just wait, but then I'll let Adam go, and then Tommy can go, and then
Oh, good, yeah.
Hutchin can
New world order. Ooh yeah.
Oh, dude, okay. Next week, I got you, homie. I got you. I got an idea. Anyway, you just keep with the theme, all right?
Oh, it ain't going nowhere. I
Okay,
might be
good.
red and black next week, but yeah, it's
No,
all
no,
NWO.
it's gotta be
baby.
no. You gotta be white and black next week. Don't just stick with it. You know what I'm thinking. I think you already see the wheels are turning.
Oh yeah, I can smell that smoke, baby.
Yeah, baby. All right. Superfan, I'm Shawhan. What you got? You got anything?
Hopefully Seth and I are gonna at some point be able to watch this show so we can rip Tommy a new one, just because it'll be funny. Other than that, I will be at my usual place E-Temple Cooling's place to be reviews, whose links in the description. Tony TonDeff and Clown World Review Tuesday for the wrestling streams. E-Tep hit 1,000 subs, which was awesome, so our boy will be
Yay.
monetized. Wednesday we will be back on Digital Pollution. Digital Pollution podcast will be rolling on Wednesday. Then Wednesday night I will be back on E-Temple Cooling, the place to be reviews in the chat. Thursday to be determined, but I should be with Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective if he's doing something. Monday I will be with Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective as well for Retro Talk on toys. Thursday in the chat with WCBS. Fridays, of course, right here with all of you at the men's room.
Right on, Tommy Gunn. You got something to say? You got your Michael Myers doll.
Good night, y'all. Hold on. It plays songs. Battery's dead. Never mind.
That's what she said. I hate when that happens. The coolest little toy that's a sucker, spray sucker, and it even glows blue, which that's the only thing that was weird. I was like, it really should be green, but I'm not going to complain because, usually I got the blue going on in the background.
Yep. I will be here tomorrow morning for Coffee and Gaming at 6:30 a.m. It's going to be fun. We're going to be playing some more Red Dead Redemption 2 and talking to our favorite Aussie. That being said, we will see you guys right back here next week, 9 o'clock sharp. Y'all take care.
Be safe. Wash your hands. Scratch your balls.